Good morning, everyone. Welcome back again to the last online mindfulness online circle, the last out of 7 weeks. It's been such a journey. It has gone really fast, but yeah, this morning is the last out of the 7 weekly online mindfulness online circle for achievement addicts. My name is Astuti Martosudirdjo. I am based in Zurich, Switzerland, and my work is to help go-getters from all around the world to be more aware of their unconscious beliefs, so they have the option to choose it in order for them to have a better and healthier habits in their life, so they can actually continue growing, continue contributing, but have more self-love and self-care for themselves. And this journey can only be made possible due to my beautiful friend Puja Sapkota, who is very passionate, not only passionate, but also an expert in mindfulness coaching. And so Puja is a good friend of mine. She is based in Geneva, Switzerland. And Puja, would you like to say a few words? Because this is the last out of the 7 weeks. And I'm just handing over to you this whole session.
Thank you, Astuti. Thank you so much. Not much to say, just that it's been a great opportunity. And even if there aren't people, we know that even those who come, we do it for ourselves, first of all, to be more mindful, having our own practices. And then the recordings are there and it always helps. And just to hear from one or two that it's been helpful, like Lisa was sharing this morning, or everyone in the past few weeks who has been participating and really making this more alive. Thank you for all your participations. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching it later. And thank you for watching it, not watching it either. It's all good. So really just a total mindful conversations, connection. And happy to bring this to do these 7 weeks. Really went fast. And today we will focus on communication, mindful communication. What does that mean? And I'm going to do a meditation. I don't know. That will be a little bit longer probably than the usual one. The meditation in itself will speak volumes, so less talking and more practice from that side. So tell me what I'm sure you are all already very mindful, but I wanted to hear from you, whether through chat or audio or just speak up. What is mindful communication? What do you think this really means? Hi, Monica. So nice to see you.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
No worries. So, what do you think mindful communication is? Any idea? Any thoughts?
I think for me, and this is reflecting what happened to me when I was not mindful, so I'm trying to reverse it, is the ability to, mindful communication for me is the ability to be present when the person is speaking. So I'm not hearing what I want to hear, instead what is being said. And it had looking back into my life, there's a lot of intense disagreement simply because I wasn't hearing the person. Yeah. So for me, mindful communication is this ability to be present when we are communicating, so I could actually hear as much as possible what the person is actually saying instead of projecting what I thought I was hearing.
Beautiful. Thank
sense?
you. Yes, thank you. Anybody would like to share? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
I think one part I'm thinking of is that you feel the emotion it brings before you actually say something, rather than in a lot of cases it's the opposite. It's your emotions are triggering what you're saying.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All of that is great. So I just wanted to start with, um, I'm going to put it in the quotes, in the chat so you can see. So most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. So communication is a little bit like that. And I think it really conveys what Astuti, you were saying, right? If we are not mindful or if we are not aware or present, then most of the time we are really trying to just pick up our own thoughts and our own reactions and what we want to say. So basically, it's just what we've been doing over the over the weeks, just bringing that awareness. So mindfulness is simply bringing that greater level of awareness to the two major components of communication, which is listening and speaking. And how can we do this? It's first of all, I learned from one of the I don't know, events or somewhere. So first it said, do you ever think before you are speaking or you plan to speak? I mean, we do that for presentations sometimes at work, we do for meetings, not all of it, but some. I thought that was something new for me. I would never do that. And the example was like, okay, do you think before? Do you have some time with yourselves about the message you want to put across, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, especially when it's something that is important, not just chit chat, but really something that you want to talk about. So mindful communication, they're very simple steps, you can just put a mental note or make a habit of jotting down something. I'm putting it here. So just setting an intention, you're going to have a conversation, especially if it's a bit tricky or difficult conversations or difficult subject. You can put an intention about what is it that you are trying to get out of this. Because at the end, sometimes what happens is we get caught up with the details. We get it caught up with all the noise. I said this, you said that. No, I didn't mean this. And then we go into explaining and feeling attacked and victimizing, all of those. But really setting an intention to say, what do I want to get out of this conversation? What do I want to convey, for example? So that could be one way to look at it. So you could try, setting those intentions. I just want the person to understand me, for example, right? Or sometimes, I find myself sometimes in family matters where I'm being called upon to mediate. And obviously you have two people, loving people that you love in the family, and it's not easy task to mediate, but really bringing them back to what are we trying to achieve here, what's the point of this conversation. Sometimes just that simple phrase, simple sentence can help you. I've used this in work setup as well. And I mean, we have to do a lot of negotiations. So we have different partners working with one project. And sometimes just think, because you can see that everybody's voices are raising up, because everybody's trying to prove their point of view or bring their way of thinking and negotiating and analyzing and whatever. And sometimes, even though if I'm not a manager or anything, I have just said, okay, let's just stop, take a deep breath or take a break. And what's the purpose here? Why are we here together? What's the purpose of our work? And in my organization, we are, working with HIV, AIDS, TB, and malaria. So the whole purpose of us being there and shouting and screaming or trying to get the work done is really to save lives at the end of the day. So sometimes, when the noise is too high, just bringing people back and yourselves, just that one question, what do I want out of this? What am I trying to achieve? Okay. And fully being present, like what you could do when you start practicing awareness is you can be seeing all these noise happening, You can see yourself just being present. You can just take a couple of breaths that you have been doing and we have been practicing, bringing, open and non-judgmental. So the principles I think we shared in the first one or two sessions. I invite you to really take that with you. If you can't take anything, just the attitudes of mindfulness, just the principles of mindfulness, and just use one or two of it. There are 5 or 6. You can use one or two. For example, just being non-judgment and open. If I'm open to this idea or what the person is saying or what I am hearing, what would that look like? How would I behave? What would be my answer? Yeah, so these are just a very mindful way of approaching things. And then again, relating to the other person with a much more compassion. So not just bringing yourself, but bringing the other person, just asking yourself, I wonder what's going on in this person's life, for example, because sometimes we forget that we are all going through the same shit all the time, right? We all are going through some stuff. We are all going through ups and downs. We are all going through issues, and person can be super strong, super aggressive. Don't forget, the other person is as human as you are. And sometimes we put our strong suit to kind of, putting out masks to get the real stuff out of it. So don't forget that and approach those people with compassion, with love. Okay? So I'm gonna dive straight into the meditation. So, and then I will share a couple of between the communication and listening, because we have limited time today. I'll share a couple of slides with Astuti so she can share it with you. Just a few ways you can be more mindful communicators and listeners. Okay? So let's begin. I'm going to read from my notes. So just prepare yourself, finding a comfortable position. If you want to lie down, please feel free to do that. Just make yourself comfortable and maybe have something warm, because normally when we meditate, the temperature kind of starts to feel cold. So if you want to grab a shawl or something, please feel free to do that. And particularly for this meditation is called Loving and Kindness Meditation. Even if you have already done it in the past, I invite you to really look at it again as a new thing, something that you are doing it for the first time. So that openness, non-judgment, and curiosity and playfulness. So let's begin. By just taking few deep, slow breaths. So really deep breath from your nose. And as you breathe out, you can count 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in, maybe count to 5. And then slow breath, count to 6. One more time. Deep breath in, count to 6 now, slowly. And exhale, count to 7. So very, very, very slowly. Now allow your body just to find its own natural flow of breath. Now we don't have to do anything, just be aware of your breath. Feel your breath breathing going in the area near your heart if you can. And notice whether your chest is rising or falling. And simply be aware of the warmth of your body. And if you want, you can even place your hand on your heart, representing self-kindness and care. Just holding your heart space. And notice, if you are doing that, notice what effect that has. Feel the warmth of your hand on your heart. And if you prefer to place your hand on your belly or your lap, that's perfectly fine too. And just notice the quality when you put your hand on your, wherever you are putting your hand. And when you are ready, I invite you to bring to mind someone, or it could be a pet as well, that makes you smile. Someone with whom you have an easy, just a general positive relationship. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, it could be your children, your friends, anybody. It could be even people who've probably passed, grandparents, anybody, uncle, aunts, or spiritual figure if you want. Just someone that brings a big smile on you. And when with this person in front in your mind's eye, just wish this person well with words like this. You can repeat after me. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be free from all suffering. One more time. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be free from all suffering. And allow the words to sound in your heart area rather than your mind, okay? Rather than your head, if you can. Just bringing your awareness, what's the feeling, what sensations you have. Tune in to both the words and the meaning behind the words. And if some other words resonate with you, please do use them. You can use any words that represent kindness and compassion for you. And just for one more time, continue to repeat these words. And if nothing is coming up, that's perfectly fine as well. Just notice, accept, and notice. And simply remember, you don't need to force any feelings at all. Just wish wellness and make space for any feelings to arise. Notice your breath, just your natural rhythm. And now, in the same spirit, I invite you to bring yourself to mind. Bring yourself, wish yourself well. You are just as worthy as any other being on the planet. You deserve an equal amount of kindness and care. And repeat to yourself, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be filled with compassion and kindness towards myself. May I be free from all suffering. One more time, and please use any words that resonates with you, that feels right for you. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with compassion and kindness towards myself. May I be free from suffering. And this can be the most difficult stage for some people. You may feel guilty for sending kindness towards yourself, or think you are overindulging yourself. If this is the case, this stage of the loving kindness meditation is going to be a useful exercise for you to help relieve the stress. Because stress can often be heightened by being too hard on yourself. And this meditation is a great antidote, especially high achievers on the go, on the production side, keep going side. So if you're feeling a little bit difficult to do this, it's totally okay. The more you do this meditation, the more you can see small shifts. So if you felt a resistance to self-kindness, that's okay. And as you practice this meditation, this will be a particularly nourishing and healing meditation for you. So just be patient and do as best as you can. Persevere gently and notice what happens with interest. Notice your breath in and out. And next, let's bring to mind a neutral person. Someone you neither like nor dislike. It could be someone you hardly know. So for example, someone at the grocery or a post office post person, or just someone that you may see on your walking, on your way regularly. Just remember that they, like you, have a life outside their work role. They have a family just like you, friends. They also have hopes and fears and desires and dreams. And wish them as well. Wish them in your own words, or use these. May you be happy and healthy. May you be filled with love and peace. May you be free from all suffering and pain. One more time. With this neutral person, just send these well wishes. May you be happy and healthy. May you be filled with love and peace. May you be free from all pain and suffering. And notice your breath again. Next, you are going to think about someone you don't like. Okay? A person that might be a little difficult. Again, this person may be dead or alive, but just for this practice, choose someone who is quite difficult, not the most difficult person you know. So just a little bit more difficult. It may be someone who has caused you problems and sufferings in the past. Consider him or her as a whole person, beyond just the hurt the person caused you. As a human being, this person also experiences pain, anxiety, stress, and a host of difficulties. See if you can forgive his or her actions, which he or she may have done unknowingly. And if the pain inflicted on you was deliberate, perhaps there was a reason. The person's emotional state, the person's own vulnerability and pain, their needs being unfulfilled. So just for the sake of this exercise, look at this person as a whole person, just like you, with all your dreams, happiness, the need to be safe, and forgive their action, just for the sake of this exercise, if it's okay with you. And we'll go one step further, if you can. Ask the person to forgive you for any hurt you may have caused this person too. Like we need two hands to clap, we need two to tango. So without knowing or unknowingly, you may also have caused some pain. So just ask for forgiveness. And you are not assuming what he or she did was right. Just letting go of the pain caused by the action. And notice what's going on in your heart. Normally this warms your heart instead of hardening it. And again, repeat these words or use your own words. May you be well and happy and healthy. May you be free of stress, anxiety, pain. May your heart be filled with self-kindness and compassion. One more time. May you be well and happy and healthy. May you be free of stress, anxiety, and pain. May your heart be filled with self-kindness and compassion. May you be well. Notice your breath again, just in and out. Notice what's going on inside you. And now bring to mind all four of you, yourself, the person who makes you smile, the neutral person, and the difficult person. And as you imagine all of you together, see if you can offer a sense of well-wishing and compassion to all equally. And we'll bring a closure to this meditation by offering loving and kindness to all beings on the planet. Just being mindful of the difficulties and suffering that all beings face, especially in today's context. And just taking a moment to wish everybody May you all be well, happy, healthy. May we all be free of stress, anxiety, and pain. May all our hearts be filled with self-kindness and compassion. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Now slowly come back to yourself. Center your attention on your breathing, feeling its natural pace and depth. Bring a sense of warmth, affection, and gratitude to your breath. And appreciate your efforts to cultivate one of life's most nourishing qualities, which is compassion. And just remember, when you practice this loving and kindness meditation at any time, you can just do 1 or 2 stages, whatever you feel like, if you want to break it down. As human beings, our greatest gift is love. So see how much practice bringing that to your daily lives, towards yourself and others, in your communication, in your listening, in your presence, in your awareness. You can gently wiggle your hands or toes, maybe move your body whenever you feel like, and gently open your eyes and come back to here and now. Thank you. And I would love to hear from you. How was that experience? I love this meditation myself. So.
I was falling asleep last night.
Sorry?
I was falling asleep, but in a good way.
Good.
Deep, calming way.
Good, good, good. Falling asleep is just your body needs probably more sleep. We are all deprived. I know that in some retreats when you go, the retreat holders, they let people just sleep because, you know, people are coming from stress and non-stop busyness, and they just sleep. They let them sleep for 5-10 days. I have heard of retreats like that, just because the body needs it. So perfectly fine. Thank you, Monica.
Puja, is it normal when you have meditation?
Monica, do you mind speaking a little bit? I can't hear you. It's just me. Just a little bit closer to the microphone or something, or louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Is it normal when during meditation, I think it was last week you're talking about the ball with the sand in it. Is it normal during meditation that your mind is like, I'm trying to focus on your voice, but something else is like keep thinking, and I don't know how to focus on just you know? So it's like when doing meditation, it's like I'm just half relaxed, but half of me is still running around inside my mind. Is it
Totally normal. Totally normal. The thing is, you are becoming aware. Just the fact that you notice me speaking and you want to go there, and then noticing this simultaneously, it's just an awareness that has built up. You see, in the beginning of the practice, we normally, I mean, I can speak for myself, we have no sense of that going on, right? It's at the background, it's happening, but we are not aware. But when you start practicing mindfulness or meditation slowly, you start becoming aware, like 360 degrees sometimes. And how do you come back? It's notice, okay? Make a mental note. Oh, okay, my mind is getting, I can see my mind is getting really busy. Okay. And that's why we always say, bring your attention back to the breath. So it can be back to the voice. You don't have to try to understand everything that's, if it's a guided meditation, like if I am speaking, you don't have to try to really, focus and listen to all the words, but just the voice. Or the most simple is the breath, because the breath is always there. Okay. So, okay, I can see my mind is doing a lot of busyness or whatever that is. And then consciously, okay, I'm going to now feel my breath. So, or I'm going to just notice where my breath is. Because when the moment you are there, you are not here in your breath. So you just go
focusing back to bodily sensation.
Exactly.
Right.
Bringing your mind back to your body.
So I keep counting like my finger, how many I have. I keep doing that during the meditation because I don't focus on the breath. It's not stimulating enough. So I
Yes.
So that's fine too.
Absolutely. Anything with your body is fine. If breath is too difficult, like I was saying before, you can use your eyes, your 5 senses. Okay. So you can just look around and look for colors, look for what you can see new. You see, all we are trying to do is enhance your awareness more. So breath is just one way of doing that. So using your 5 senses, you can listen to what can you hear wherever you are. Okay. So paying attention to the noise that's surrounding in your environment, wherever that is. You can use your nose, which is for the smell, right? We don't use smell unless there's a strong odor or a strong flavor. But if you just sit and just be mindful, you start smelling things that you have not smelled before. Maybe in the beginning, nothing will happen, but just play around with your 5 senses. And so it's your ears, your eyes, touching is another one. So sometimes it's just about, shaking your hands. If it's not too stimulating enough, you can just shake your hands. Shake your hands now. Yeah, everybody shake your hand. Stop and notice. There's a flow of energy I can feel, you see? And just notice how far that goes, So just bringing that open mind, bringing that curiosity, not making up anything in your head, but just like, oh my God, let me feel. This can be done. I mean, there's a short sessions we are doing, so we cannot go to too many things, but you can also do mindful walk. If it's too boring, you can just walk around, but just one foot, the whole thing is being present from lifting your foot to another step and then just being aware of your whole body. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to use our body as much as possible. So the awareness, the moment you touch your hand and you feel the sensations of your hand, which is either cold or warm, you are instantly mindful. That's being present moment. That's really being right away in the present moment. So imagine you are doing your computer, you are too busy, you have whatever, and you need overwhelmed, you are overwhelmed, and you just need like, oh my God, I just need to break this cycle. Simply touch your hand. I can see that you are more, maybe, you have more feelings with your hands. So use your hands. Like I can feel my hands are very cold now. So just the fact that the moment I touch my hands or my feet or bringing your awareness to how you're sitting, adjusting. You are aware, you are fully aware. See, your mind can be going around. You can be aware, like, oh my God, my mind is going around. Let me be aware of how I'm sitting. So obviously, if you are in office or even in a meeting, you can just, go back or just feel your butt on the chair. Yeah. So you can use those, or your feet. You can, nobody will see under the desk if it's with other people. You can just try to wiggle your toes, feel your toes. So the moment you do that, this is what it means by be in the present moment. We hear this all the time, but sometimes we don't know how to get there, right? So it's simply that. It's just being fully aware with the bodily sensations. Like water. If you're drinking water, like we did in one of the previous sessions, just being aware of the whole process. Okay, I'm gonna go take the cup, you see, indulging yourself with the whole process. Because normally when we are not mindful, what happens? The water is there, right? So just like you are doing with the mindful eating. Thank you. I hope that's helpful. Anybody, if you want to share something, feel free to unmute and yeah, go ahead, please.
When you share this, it reminds me of my little nephew. He's 2 years old, and he always does that. When he sets some movement, and he would stop and he would just take some moment. And I never understood what he was doing, but I think this is what he's probably feeling the sensation.
Yes, we feel the energy moving, right?
Yes,
so,
he would go like,
yes.
Quiet.
So tell me how was the meditation when you started thinking about different, the person that brought you smile? What was your experience?
I think for me, there was an immediate physiological reaction. I can tell the difference between the one that I really love and the one that I find to be quite uncomfortable with. For the one that I love, the heart immediately feels very warm, and the smile, I couldn't stop smiling. I could see my face going. With the one that I'm not extremely comfortable with, I could feel it's almost like the acid in my stomach moves. It's like, and it goes like, oh, okay, is that a kind of reflux acid or something? But I could feel that really immediately.
Thank you. You saw differences, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else? Listia or Mia? Or the person that you had a bit of difficulty. How was that experience?
I'll share.
Thank you.
I'm still processing, actually. It was like a beautiful meditation for me. For the person that I love is actually my inner child appear in front of me. I was like battling with it for quite some times, but so finally, like, this morning I can feel like warmth and I hug her. So it's very beautiful, and thank you, Puja and Astuti, for having this. So I feel like warm and I feel happy. I feel lighter, and moving towards the people that I'm like having a neutral feeling. I feel like lighter, and I can put a distance in the sense of it's theirs, not me. It's their voice, not my voice. So I can like differentiate between my core being, myself, and them. And moving to the third one, like actually I brought like 3 people at the same time. My parents, and also my former partner, romantic partner. And I hug them and I feel lighter as well. But similar with Astuti, I still feel like, oh, maybe my acid influx coming back. But no, it's just like a small sensation. But when I compare with the previous one, it's just like a panic attack, hard to breathe. But I don't feel that anymore. So yeah, it's really nice, really helpful for me this morning. So I'm like still processing it. So
yes.
Thank you so much.
It is a very, very powerful meditation. And I have in other sessions when I have people literally in tears and solving some of their biggest relationship issues because they got insight with this meditation. So use this meditation as much as you can. Sometimes when we have, especially with relationships, it's when we don't have to be in front of the people to do this work. We don't have to go and build up guts, and if we don't know how to do it, it just by being mindful, bringing the person in front in your imagination and saying what you want to say. And it can be done in a daily basis. We have arguments, or sometimes we're like, oh my God, I don't know why I behaved this way or that way with this person or that person. And just you can use this way of healing yourself, first of all, for not saying or doing those things, because at the end of the day, it's actually we get angry with ourselves, whether we like it or not, or we get disappointed with ourselves. And we don't have to wait for that person. We don't have to, call and apologize. You can just do it simply by bringing them in your awareness and simply saying what you actually wanted to say. It's easy to do with maybe families, or difficult at the same time. But even that, I mean, if it's difficult, you can just think about whoever that difficult person is and just convey your own message and just say that, I'm sorry, if I would love to understand you. So this is what I want to say. As simple as that, nothing complicated. Thank you, Listia, for sharing. Very kind of you. So yeah, if there's any other questions or any comments, I just open it, and I hope this session was useful. Astuti, I let you.
Yes, so as we are reaching the end of the 7 weekly sessions, I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful that you all are showing up week by week to go through this journey together. I also hope that there are some good new habits, positive habits, uplifting habits that you managed to pick up from this journey. Puja and I would love to hear how you are. Feel free to write us emails. You can reach me via astuti@upliftmylife.today. If there are suggestions or there are points for improvement, should we decide to do something of the sort in 2021, that would be very useful.
Yeah, I think some feedback would be great, because just to see if it was helpful, if there's anything we could have done differently, or something that you wanted to do more but we didn't do it. That'll be super helpful, not just for I mean, I'm doing this all the time, so I always ask for feedback to be more conscious of the needs. So yeah, maybe Astuti, we could have a couple of questions to share around, and if sure, everybody's okay, you could provide us feedback on just 1 or 2 questions. What did you like the most? What could be different? Or just a very simple question, just to help you provide that feedback. Sometimes we don't know what to provide feedback, right? And anything, if you are really wanting to know as well. So if we see that all of you are asking for the same thing, then maybe we can have 1 more session just talking about that one particular thing. It's all in terms of supporting each other to grow and heal and keep moving.
And easier to get the recording. It's all in YouTube, so you don't need to download anything, going to Zoom recording, whatever. So just find Uplift My Life Today in YouTube, and you'll have all the recordings from the first session, and after today you'll have everything there. So yes, so you can revisit as often as you want.
That's super. Good. Yeah, and share the link as well if you think it's been helpful.
For others.
Thank you, Puja.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Have a beautiful
wonderful week. End of the year, Christmas, New Year's. So I'll be in touch via email.
And enjoy the traveling next week.
Yes, thank you.
It's this week.
This week.
It's this week.
Yes.
Oh.
It's the last week, so it's saddening. It's saddening right now.
Sorry?
It's saddening right now since it's the last week.
Yes. I'm on Tuesday, so.
Yes. You can
Thank
see us
you.
in
Careful.
YouTube through the recording.
Yes. Have a wonderful end of the year, and wish you all better 2021.
Calmer, more peaceful, much more hopeful to 2021.
Hope is something we have to keep hanging on to. So
Yes, and a bit more traveling. Okay.
love to all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.